Hey, Wolfpack. How's it going? All right, I got something for you. This is what we have been working on in Fashion Sewing Club, and I'm working on my own top because we're going to sew it tomorrow. So say hi, everyone. It is so nice to see you. Yes, we're live. I've missed you for the last few weeks. I know, let me put this back so I don't accidentally tip it over. So what is going on in your sewing room today? It is a crazy week. I'm so happy to be back in the studio, but I got to tell you, we had a lot of fun in doing the tour of all the tops. I see some of you here today. We have a lot new members of the Wolfpack, so welcome everyone, and especially if I saw you last week. So I lost my voice. I don't know if it was from talking so much or what, but we'll see if we can get it rolling today. So pop in, say hi, say where you're from. And thank you, Lorraine. Yes, please hit the thumbs up. And if you're on YouTube, hit subscribe. We are so close to, I think it's 60,000? 60,000. Yeah, so close. And when we do hit 60,000 on YouTube, we're going to have a really fun giveaway party. Yeah. So thanks for saying that, Lorraine. Nice to see you. All right, we got Michigan in the house. So I have to ask you. So today, I got up early. Today is Ash Wednesday, for those of you that don't know that. And yes, I did go get ashes, but I went this morning and then went to the gym and then had to take a shower, so they disappeared. But, you know, it reminds me this time of season. One, I always try to like declutter. So yesterday in my studio, I just spent the entire day. We had the Brother Live show, but I spent the entire day cleaning. The place is looking amazing. And I'm doing the same thing at the house. So it's just kind of like a spring cleaning. But then I thought, you know, this is also when I want to make something new, something couture, maybe for Easter or spring. So, by the way, Susan, I almost wore your top today. Almost. But because I've been cleaning, I'm all hot. So I'm not wearing it. But I wore it the other day and I got so many compliments. So for those of you that missed this, Susan Fisher made these beautiful sleeves to match my jacket that I made like 2 years ago. And it looks fantastic. Yeah. And the weather supports it right now too. And Mary, oh, Mary, I thought you said you're on the treadmill. I was like, you go, girl. That's a great way to watch this show on the treadmill. Hey, Glenda. Glenda, if I was on the phone, if that was you that called, I will call you right after this live show. We're playing phone tag. Great to see you all. Yes, I know. It's going to be a party. Party on. So what are we doing today? I got a couple things. I'm going to show you what I'm going to cut my new jacket out of. I'll give you a little sneak preview. So first of all, here you go. There is you see my squirrel over there? Yeah. That's not what we're working on. I'm going to work on this new beautiful jacket. I'm going to use the Chloe trench. I know you guys have all seen that. So a lot of you have that pattern. So I thought it'd be really fun for you to sew along. And this last week we were talking about embellishing with embroidery. And I am ready to embroider some gorgeous sleeves. So I'm going to give you some tips for that. I'm going to show you how I actually plan on embroidering this. So let me show you. Let me find out which camera it is here. I think it's... There you go. I've got my tulle ready. I've got my tweed ready. Wash away stabilizer. I'm going to show you how I hoop this and give you some ideas for how to set it up on your embroidery machine. And then also, I've got another fun thing for you as far as if you want to sew. Maybe you don't have an embroidery machine, but you want to decorate those sleeves. So I've got some tips for you there too. So that's what we're working on. And also, I want to give Fashion Sewing Club a reminder. Oh, thanks, Zena. Great to see you all. Thanks, Jan. This is my hand-dyed one, remember? It used to look like baby poop. Well, it kind of still does, but now it has more green in it, so it's not quite, doesn't have the poop factor. Okay, so Fashion Sewing Club. Don't forget to go download your free pattern, your jogger pants. Here's my pair. I made one minor pattern hack. This is a rayon knit. I added some piping to the shorts. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow. We're pretty much done with that sew along though. So if you haven't been in there, go download your pattern before it disappears. I always have patterns in the Fashion Sewing Club for a short period and then it goes away. So if you're a member during that time, This is the free pattern, the jogger pants. And I made a pattern hack. I added some cuffs. I think you're going to like it. So tomorrow, Fashion Sewing Club, don't forget, tomorrow's a brother show at noon. It's a quilt along with Wendy Chow. It's going to be super fun. And then at 2 o'clock, we've got our Fashion Sewing Club. We're going to go over these pants with my pattern hacks. And then you're going to watch me sew that cute top that I showed you, the one with all the wraps. And that video is already in the Fashion Sewing Club. So pop in there. You don't want to miss those. And then today, we're going to work on embroidery. I am live, so if you have any questions, drop them in here. Hey, Chris, it's so nice to see you all. I was visiting with you all last week from the airplane. It just seems to be every Wednesday seems to be Fly Day, but not this week, so I'm happy to be here. Susie's finishing her joggers. Clovis, yours turned out so cute. If you haven't been in the Angel of Patterns group, you got to pop in there and see her gorgeous pants. They're like a gold. What fabric was that, Clovis? It almost looked like a gold lame. They're just beautiful. I really like it. All right, so let's head over to the table and let me give you some tips for embroidery. Okay. Oh, I'm so excited about this. So I haven't decided yet exactly the designs, but all right, are we on? It did, Phyllis. Why would the battery not die during a live show? Of course it's going to die. Can you hear me now? And hopefully that's a new battery. And I see somebody said that you texted me. Well, guess what? Yay, it works. I have my smartwatch on, but one of the things I'm giving up for Lent is all the extra noise. So the only alert I have on my watch is a phone call, no text. So I better start turning them on for the live show, or how are you going to tell me that the sound goes out? Yeah. So we got to do Groundhog Day again? All right, I'll keep looking at this because I don't know if this was a new battery or just one in here. I don't know. Oh, Denise, you got a new photo. I love it. Great photo. Oh, thanks, Chris. All right, you ready? Let's go back over. We'll do it again. And I guess I'll see all of your texts later when I get to my phone because I don't have the alerts on. Okay, so should we talk about this again? You just sat there and watched me pet fabric for like 10 minutes, right? Oh, you know what? Hold on. This battery's going out too. I must have grabbed some old ones. Hold tight. Good thing I got a whole batch of these around here. All right, chat amongst yourself while I change. Ha! Take 3. Are we good now? All of these need to go into the trash. Are we good, Pam? All right, let's head over to the table. Of course, during a live show. I haven't seen you. You know, how on earth could the batteries be dead? I haven't seen you in like a month, but I guess they just got old sitting there by themselves. Oh, Mary, you're giving up Facebook for Lent? Well, I'll make sure I'm live on YouTube so I don't miss you. How's that? All right, let's head to the table for the 3rd time. And I'm throwing these batteries away so I don't accidentally grab them. Man, is it pouring out. It is very rainy today. All right, so here's the fabric. And I did order another bolt of this because this sold out so quick last year. So this is the pink tweed. It has some gold, kind of like a gold lame running through it. And you have to line it because it is a little scratchy with that gold metallic thread, okay? So I'm either going to line it with a lightweight cotton or silk. I'm not sure yet, but one or the other. I know, it's very pretty. And I want to embroider the sleeves. So I'm thinking the Chloe trench, and I'm also thinking either the Kate skirt, which will be very classic with this, or the fringe skirt. I haven't decided yet, but I want to wear it for spring, so I need to get going on this. Now, to embroider, first of all, I've already washed my fabric. This has acrylic in it and polyester. I can't remember if there's cotton or not, but I've already washed it, and I dried it on a light heat. I'll have to do the same thing for whatever lining I choose. So this is it. So to do the sleeves, I'm not going to cut out the sleeves yet. First, I want to kind of lay out my embroidery and embroider on tulle, and then I will attach it here. And this is what I showed last week to a lot of the ladies and gentlemen that I met at Tops. And some people haven't seen me do this. So for those of you with an embroidery machine, here's an idea for you. So here is my, see if I can slide this over a little bit. I just had my little tool to take this off too. You know that little tool? I walk away with it all the time. All right, it's back by my camera over there, so I'll go over and get it. But here I have tulle, and I have to decide, do I want white tulle or do I want an off-white tulle? So this one, I think this is going to be too yellow. Now, because it's going to be, I'm going to embroider onto the tulle and then attach the tulle to the jacket. And I know a lot of you have that new Avenir machine, and there's the stitch regulator foot. Oh my goodness. I'm going to be able to attach this embroidery so fast and so easy, and the stitches are going to look beautiful. And don't worry, if you don't have the Avenir, you can still do it the old-fashioned way like I used to do before, which is just using free motion. So here's the cream, and here's the white. And you know, they both look fine. You can't, they're see-through. Let's see. I think I'm going to use the white because if any is left behind, it just kind of blends in with the white that's on there. So we're going to use white tulle. And then you need to have some sew and wash. I'm not using sticky back. This is sew and wash. And I think this bolt, yeah, should fit in this hoop. Yeah, I don't need to use the monstrous hoop for this one. And I have quite a few of these rolls and I want to use them up. So there's my sew and wash. A tip for you. They don't come with this container anymore. I have maybe 14 of them left for sale, but I like this because I could store it in here. But if you don't have the tube anymore, because that's not how they're coming, take your sheet and stick it inside your roll so you always know this is wash away. So everybody that was with me last week, the last 3 weeks I should say, at Tops, I'm going to come over and ask you a question. And Wolfpack, I have to ask you because you probably know this too. How do you tell if it's wash away? I mean, it feels like fabric, but Polypro feels very kind of a lot like this too. Yeah, spit on it. That's what somebody told me. So I'm not going to spit on it in front of you, but if your hands are sweaty or if you want to just like feel this is wash away. But if you put this inside, you won't forget. So I shared some pretty funny stories the last few weeks about accidentally using heat away. That was a disaster. And then I also used Polypro instead of wash away. That was a disaster. I want to use wash away. And I'm not using sticky back wash away because on tulle, that fabric is just too light to put it on top of sticky away. Your needle's going to gum up so bad. So just wash away. Okay? And if you're using the real big hoop or a bigger hoop that this little roll won't fit in, you can always either run a basting stitch, a piece of tape actually is what I usually use just to hold this together. And the basting stitch, you just have to make sure that you can get that out after you embroider. You don't want to have a bunch of basting stitches underneath your embroidery. Make sense? Okay, so in the comments, leave me a note. How do you remember if this is wash away? Do you spit on it? Do you dabble it in water just a little bit? Or any tips? Because I've made the mistake 3 times now in my lifetime. Whole lifetime, not this week, okay? So this is the tool I was looking for. Oh, Francie said she always cuts a tiny corner and runs water on it. You know, that's pretty smart. Lick your fingers and see if it gets sticky. Yeah, Karina, I'm with you on that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, she's wash away. Now my hands are sticky. Thanks, Karina. Chris says, just spit. Mary, you like white the best? Okay. Oh, Jan, you got your machine back. Oh, so Jan, I have to tell you, when you posted that on Facebook a couple weeks ago, when I've been traveling, I kind of just try to scan every once in a while to see what you guys are doing. And I think you said something like, I dropped my sewing machine. And that's all that showed up. I was like, oh, no, you dropped your sewing machine? That's got to be bad. She dropped it off for its spring cleaning. Good, good. Susie says use white or pink. I'm with you. The yellow, even though you can't see it, I think is going to add some, I think white's the best. Yeah. Mary, you can wait till then. That's perfect. That's perfect. I do have more of that fabric. I bought a whole nother boat, Lorraine. I think it's in the app, but at the end I'll look and make sure it is. And don't forget about your Fashion Sewing Club discount too. Janelle says she keeps the label. I know. I think just run it under a sink. All right, let's go back and let me show you how I hoop this. And then we'll go to the machine and I'll give you some ideas for that. And I always like to give you a lot of tips because not everybody has the higher end embroidery machines. So I'm going to try to show you a few different things. All right, so I got to give a shout out to my buddies at Kai, Jeff, Devin. They sent me these. These are like rainbow colored Kai scissors. They're like metallic. And you see that? You got the Into the Wolf Kai scissors. They said there's only 2 pairs available. They have one and I have one. I know, isn't it cool? I said, aren't you going to sell these? And they said, no, these are the only 2 pairs available. And so what a great gift. Thanks, guys. All right, so here's my tool. I'm using the Brother magnetic hoop here. You just flip these off. I like using the magnetic hoop on tool, but you don't have to. A lot of times I'll use the biggest hoop too, the biggest hoop that goes with the luminaire, the biggest hoop that goes with the avenir. For this one, I know I had a lot of this stabilizer, so I wanted to kind of get some of this ready. So for my sleeves, just picture this. Even if you had a cuff. Now, the Chloe trench does not have a cuff, although I could add a cuff. So most of the embroidery is going this way, but if you do have a cuff with a two-piece sleeve, then it would go, embroidery would go this way and this way, okay? So if I went like this, I'd have just enough. I would need to put my pattern out here, but I don't think there's not going to be quite enough there. If I take my sleeve and go like this and run my embroidery this way, or this and this, then it will cover my whole sleeve. I think I can do one sleeve at a time would be my guess. So whichever way, you have to measure. In fact, walk over here with me to the pink dress, to the pink jacket. I think it's right here. There. I'll meet you there. Excuse my attire, because usually I just show you my top. But I'm wearing really casual jeans and tennis shoes because I'm working. So if I do this one here, this is very similar to the Chloe. Let me just measure all the way around the sleeve. We got about 10 inches, okay? And then if I decide to add a vent instead of the wrap, I need to measure up how high I want that vent. I think we're going to compare another jacket. So I have an option. I can either add the embroidery right here, or if you're going to add something like this, like we did with the Chloe trench, you can put embroidery right on here. All right, I got another jacket to show you that you hear the tape on my shoe. Squish, squish. All right, I'm going to bring my orange jacket to the table. Does that make sense, though, for how you measure? Stacy, you've made 9. Stacy, have you made 9 Chloe trenches already? That's amazing. That's amazing. You like the pink Maxine? Yeah, Jan gave that to me. And I leave it on the table now because I used to have it up here. Nobody can see it. I know they are the best. Hey, Mary, did any of you go to the Sew Expo last weekend? Just out of curiosity? Just out of curiosity? I don't know, Chris. Hey, Stacy, are you selling the Chloe trenches? Because that would be a great pattern to make for someone and sell them. Or are you making them all for yourself? I know. I make 9 this year. Or is it that your 9th make for the year? Maybe we misunderstood. All right, let's head back over to the table and I'll show you another way to measure. All right, so here's my orange jacket. And this is what I'm talking about. If I decide to change my jacket to a vent, then I need to measure all the way around. So that means that my embroidery would start here, go all the way around. You have to figure out when your sleeve is finished. So that's about 12 and a half. And this one I have going up pretty high, but 12 and a half by about 8. 12 and a half by 8. So let's see what we got. If I go 8, I'm just barely shy because, you know, your embroidery is going to be inside here just a little bit more. I'll probably be able to get 7 this way. And then what did we say, 12 and a half? Yeah, that's about perfect. This is about the perfect hoop for one sleeve. So all my embroidery going this way will go around the bottom edge and then going up. If you want more, then do all of your ones going this way first and then do one piece with the long edge. It's totally your choice. All right. Because I'm just doing one section, I don't need to extend my stabilizer too much further. Sometimes if I'm doing a really long piece like a whole sleeve, I will make sure I have enough stabilizer cut for the whole sleeve. I only need enough just to go into this hoop because this is going to be the bulk of what I'm embroidering right now. I am curious who went to the Sew Expo this week because I didn't make it because I was in Texas. I mean, not Texas, I was in Florida, thinking of Texas. So I'm just curious to know. I heard it was a little smaller, but I want to know if there was still some good vendors and all that stuff. Did you buy anything fabulous is the big question. All right, so I did just get this. Some people were asking about tulle. I have a few different kinds of tulle here. Some is for just trim. See, this one has a little bit more open weave here. The other one has more of a finer weave, and some is for sleeves. I don't think I put them on the website yet, but I probably will not. If they're not on the website, they won't be going on there until after Lakeland. I went to Joann's today to see what they had left, and they still have a ton left, and the sales aren't that great yet. You'd think, they're going out of business. They'd want to get rid of everything, but not so much. So I didn't see any tulle, though, at ours. Usually there's a row of tulle, all gone. I want to leave a little extra fabric, going that way, because if I embroider all this and I end up wanting to have a little bit more, I have the fabric up here to do that with. I don't think I will, but you never know. Sometimes I change my mind. All right, let me just cut this off. Do you see how sharp these scissors are? So when I'm trimming my tulle, after I've sewn it on to the jacket, I've embroidered, sewn it on, all I do is slide my scissors at the tip. It's hard to see white on white. And that's how easy it rips, or cuts, I should say. All right. Now, if you haven't used this magnetic hoop before, there's an arrow facing in. That arrow goes in towards the center of the hoop. All right, let's see. For the top sides, I have to make sure I can get my needle in through here, so I might just lift this up a little bit. I know, they just snap right in place. So my needle will be able to fit through here just fine. I have extra fabric over here, so I will line up all my lines here, and then if I want to go up, it'll be this way, and then I have extra fabric if I need more. All right, let's go to the machine, and I'll give you some ideas for embroidering. All right. Questions? There will be more fabric stash sales, Darlene. Oh, you got a new picture too. Look how cute you look. Yeah, they will be starting in May. There were no fabric stash sales this spring because I've been traveling, and so if I'm traveling, I can't ship. Oh, Marianne, you went. Okay, what do you got for me? The classes were good. The vendors were less and a bit crowded in the showplex, but many of my favorite were still there. Oh, good, good, good. I missed seeing you. Oh, Vogue was there. That's good, though. They have great fabrics. They had a bunch of silk when I went to the one in Novi. That was kind of fun. Oh, I'm going to have to look at her pictures. Marianne, did you put them in the Angela of Patterns group or just on your page? Oh, Janelle, am I going to see you in Lakeland? I'd love to see you. I'll be there all day. At the Lakeland show, I'm not teaching. I'm going to be in the Tops booth Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Friday, I have a presentation on the main stage that's free. I think it's at 12:30. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure it's at 12:30. Otherwise, I'll be in the booth and we're going to do some giveaways and Wolfpack meet and greets, all of that. Oh, Phyllis, you were there too. I miss seeing you. Oh, it's a challenge. I love challenges. Hey, Fran, I missed you this last few weeks when I wasn't live. All right, anything else before I go on over? I know it's a great, Stacy, this hoop came with the, oh, it didn't come with the luminaire. It came out with the luminaire-ish time. I've got one piece of fabric stuck in between there. I'll show it to you when I get to the table. But you can use it on the Avenir too. I know, it's a great hoop. Dobsy, for tweed, yes, I embroider on the tulle and then attach it to the tweed. It looks better because if you embroider right on top of the tweed, either put a piece of tulle or put something to keep those stitches up. And also, if I do it on tulle, if I screw up, I can throw it out and start over. Not that I'm planning on screwing up. All right. I'm going to the luminaire. I have the Avenir set up for sewing, so I'm going to show you two different things today. All right, so in here, I will need to get rid of that little piece of fabric that got stuck in there, so I'll have to rehoop, but I'll do it without you. I'll do it when we're finished. How's that? So can you see on the screen real quick? I'll bring you over just a little. Oh no, Blinky. It's not even squirrel day. All right, so on here, what I have up here, this is my whimsical design. I did this on my mesh sleeves, but I thought this would look really good on these sleeves as well. So that's one idea. So you can see the whole row here. Now, if I decide to do something like this, I brought it up and just brought everything up. It tells me I have to use the largest hoop. So using the smaller hoop, that won't work. So let's go back. I'm going to go back to the beginning. I want to give you some tips. I'm deleting some of my patterns. Okay, so in here, let's go in the pocket and see what designs I have in here. The touch of couture designs would look really good in here. Here we go. I already did this once. I think it's too big for here. Oh, wait, before I go. Everyone that I saw last week was asking how I did all of that embroidery on the Bella sleeve. Let me bring you a little closer here. This is it. These were all single designs. When I click set, you can see all of the designs. Sorry about the overhead light. So these were all single, and I put them everywhere, and that's how I did the Bella top. I don't have the top with me, or I'd show it to you, but if you've seen that top, that's how I did that. All right. Oh, I'm not deleting each one of those. Let's go back to home. Okay, go back into embroidery. In my pocket, I think I have the couture designs in here somewhere. These are the designs I did with dime. Oh, I've got a lot in here. I wonder how many stitches I have in here. Probably a gazillion. This right here. Oh, that's the green one. So I brought this jacket. Isn't that beautiful? So what if I change this? This is such a couture trim. So what if I change this trim to pink and white? So in here, under edit, let's go to color. And we see we've got all these colors, blue, green, blue, green. Let's go to shuffle. This might be faster. So color shuffle. And I'm showing you because I know some of you do have Brother machines. If you don't, you'll just have to just watch this and you could do it individually. All right, let's go, and we want to pick our colors. So let's go to random. And, oh, I already have some pink in here. Let's go with, actually, all of those were the right colors, and I I wasn't even playing with this. So let's go with a white, pink, and I'll look at the colors and make sure they match the fabric. Like here's a purple, that's not going to match. But I could also add a gold metallic in there. I don't know. Let's see what it looks like. And maybe a dark pink. Ooh. This one, let's see what this looks like. That's kind of pretty. There's no gold, but it has the pink and white. Oh, I don't like that at all. That one's ugly. Yeah, okay, let's go back. There aren't enough colors to add the gold, so I can only really pick 2 colors. So let's hit cancel. I'll go in here. Let's pick pink and white. It still gives you quite a few different variations. I think I kind of like this with the pink on the edge, a little bit of white. What do you think? If that goes on that tweed, that would look really good as sleeves. So when I click set, everything's already set up this way. Click OK. And I can't remember how I put these together. So let me see when I go to embroidery if I can change the layout. Sometimes if you put these too close together, it'll say when I click on this button, it'll say it won't switch them. Oh, maybe it worked. Okay, so this button here, nope, it's still pink, white, pink, white, pink, white. That's a gazillion changes. That's right. Okay, so let me see if I have to get if I have to go to a bigger hoop. I'm not going to embroider yet because I still have to get this little piece out of here, but let's just see. They might say go to a bigger hoop, and then I will go in and take away a couple of the designs. Oh, yeah. It's blinking. Hold on. Hold tight. Change to a bigger hoop. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so I will go in and take a couple of those out. Maybe way down at the bottom here. When I go here, yeah, I'll just change these a little bit because I want to use that smaller hoop, or I can go ahead and change the bigger, whatever I want. But I want to give you one more idea for doing your trim. So I'm going to click delete. And in here, if you go into your embroidery machine, bring in a design of your own or find a design. So let me see if I can find something small. You know what? I think a lot of these, none of those really would look good as a trim. We could do bugs. You want bugs on your jacket? Let's see. As soon as I find a small design, you'll realize what I'm trying to do here. Oh, these are kind of cool. Okay, go back. Let's go into this section here. This is the luminaire. I'm in section 5. So up here, I'll bring you just up just a little bit so you can see. Click on number 3. And in here, these are a lot of beautiful stitches. Now, some of these would make beautiful trims if you've never thought of doing this. See one that would look good with tweed. Oh, this looks cool. What about this one? It's not very big. There are a gazillion stitches to choose from. I kind of like that, though. I'm going to go with it. So when I click set, do you see it right here? It's very small. Let's see if we can make it a little bigger. I mean, It's a 1/2 inch wide, so I'm probably going to want a couple rows of this, but let's just check size. So on size, if you use the left side, you can only make it a certain size. If I click the density button, let's see how big I can make it now. Oh yeah, that looks good. A little bigger. Let me bring you closer. See that? Now, I can either go under edit and keep duplicating everything and making a whole trim, or a lot of people forget about this feature if you have a brother machine right here. This one. And now I can add another one by clicking plus and plus. There's my whole row. I know it's 11.35 inches. What did I need? 12? Oh, that's pretty close. I might be able to make that work though. And then do you want to add another row? You can actually take this entire section here. Let's see. This button here. And now I have 2. And then I can even make it further apart in case I want to make like something in the middle, but that would make a really cool trim, wouldn't it? All right, so let's make it there. And then I could put another design in the middle if I want. That's how simple it is to do this. Now, if I want to go ahead and make lines going up, I can add another piece going up to this, but this is how easy it is to make some trim. All of these are evenly spaced. Just click this and it'll put it in the center position. Let's put them a little closer together. I like that. That would really make a nice trim. So when I click OK, click on embroidery, now it's going to do all the black ones. Well, everything is black. What if we change the color on this? Go back, click on color. Let's go to shuffle. Oh, everything is, it won't let me do shuffle on this one. Okay, so if this one here is showing me, you know what, it's not separated. So everything has to be one color. That could be a challenge. I was thinking one of these could be pink and one could be white, but pink is all you get, which that wouldn't be bad because then you have the white underneath. Well, I'm going to play with this a little bit because you know what else this would look really good as? Let me bring you really close here. That would look really good as a bag handle. It's 1.88 inches wide. Yeah. Okay, so did I give you some ideas for adding that embroidery? Just checking, just checking. What do you got for me, Lorraine? Besides the Art Spirit app, is there a software that you can send your design directly to the Avenir? Oh yeah, so PE Design, Lorraine. And then there's the one I always forget about, data transfer. A lot of people were talking about that. I actually haven't used that because I always use PE Design and send it over. But data transfer, I don't know a lot about it. I will find out for you though. That's one. And then also, if you want to bring over like a photo for a photo stitch, Lorraine, or if you want to bring over a background, use my stitch, not my stitch monitor, my Design Snap app. My Design Snap app. I don't think I showed, I might have showed some of that in the master class. You're in the master class, right, Lorraine? Hey, Sharon, great to see you. There you go, Patty. Thank you. Design database transfer. I haven't used it because I'm always using PE Design, but I should try. Not try. I should use it so then I can tell you if I like it or not. All right. Everybody's on Facebook and YouTube. Susan, were you on here when I thanked you for my sleeves? It was too hot to wear today, and it's raining. Pam, the Bella top was mesh. Yep. It's those blue mesh top. I'll bring it back after Lakeland next week and show you that. Oh, thanks, Marianne. Mary Lou, what do you have? Which thread are you using to embroider on the tool? And are you using the same thread in the bobbin? That's a great question. So I'm actually just using my Brother thread. I have that thread collection that I did with Brother. It's polyester thread. And I'll choose a couple colors to make sure it looks good. But I'm just using white in the bobbin because you're not going to see the bobbin. You're not going to, because it'll be attached to the jacket. So I'm using polyester thread, embroidery thread from my collection. And then bobbin, just regular white bobbin thread. Now, if you could see the back side of the tool, then I would use the same color. All right, anything else? Oh, Patty said she uses it all the time. Hey, Patty, can you drop a link right here for Lorraine? All right, I see. I'm just checking. Oh, okay. Got it, Patty. Got it. And then Patty, not Patty, but Patty wants to know how I did this collar. We did this in Fashion Sewing Club. It's just a huge funnel that goes like that. This is the ruche tee, and then I made a really fun top. Does anybody remember what episode in Fashion Sewing Club we did that? I can't remember. All right, so let me go back. I got one more thing for you. I want to show you, if you don't have an embroidery machine and you want to embroider some really fun, or sew, I should say, sew some fun stitches. So I'm going to bring you over to the Avenir here. Hold tight. I didn't want you to get seasick. Here you go. All right. So on here, you can see I've been working on a lot of stuff. Oh, and I got home and I have a whole new batch of the Angela Wolf embroidery trays. So everyone who ordered, I'm shipping out today. And then if you, I put them up back on the website, so it should show that they're available again. There's 2 trays. I think it's like 36 bucks or something. I love those. All right, so in here, I have to do my update. All right, well, now you know for a fact that I just got back. For those of you that have the Avenir, did you know there was an update that came in? Yeah, it did. So I already have mine on a USB stick, so I'm not going to use the Wi-Fi. I'm going to use it versus the USB. So it takes a few minutes, so I can't show you the sewing there, but let's go back to the Luminaire and I'll show you it there. And then I'll go do my update. Don't forget to do those updates. All right, I think it's here. Yeah. Come on over. Let's go. I'll show you the sewing part. Mary Lou says, does the weight of the thread make a difference? It does. And I'm just using, I think this is 60 weight. I want to say 60 weight. I'm pretty sure. So I'm not using like a thick cotton or anything like that. Hey, Mary, how are you? You're on Facebook today. Well, that's right. Are you back on YouTube? I've missed you, but I'm glad that you found us on Facebook. So nice to see you all. Oh, thanks, Chris. That's right. You won those. They are in style. They're very much in style. Thanks, Trisha. Oh, good, Cindy. Don't forget about the masterclass too. Well, you know, this update and the last update were pretty major updates. So it's recommended that you use a USB versus using it on Wi-Fi. So good choice, Lorraine. Good choice. Oh, you didn't get back on YouTube? Oh, Mary, I'm so sorry. Well, at least you found us on Facebook, because I'd be sad if I didn't see you. All right, so go here. And I'm going to go on home. I'm going to get out of the embroidery side, go into the sewing side. So let me move my embroidery hoop. I don't have to remove the whole embroidery section. You can sew with that embroidery arm on if you want. All right, so in here, well, there's a few different sections you can go to. Go to character decorative stitch. That's up here. Let's see if we, oh, this one would look really cool. I like that. Can you see that? Oop, I knew if I hit that, it would go. I think that cord is not getting, we're not getting along this week. That would look really cool. That would be one. And how you would do that then is you would take tulle fabric and sticky back wash away, or just use wash away with some 505 spray. You would need something on the back of this, but you can actually sew this right onto the tulle and then wash it away. The only thing you have to be careful of is make sure that it's a pretty dense design. If it's something like this, that's too loose for sewing on tulle. It'll just kind of turn into a kind of a hodgepodge of a mess. Let's see, what else do we have in here? To give you an idea, this would be kind of cool on a blouse. Oh, look, it has the same one. Stitch 6152. There you go. So let me explain again how to do that. If you're going to, now this is on the sewing side, so you have to use an N foot, the wider foot, but it's the exact same stitch we just found on the embroidery side. So if you have a sewing machine and don't have an embroidery machine, you can sew on the fabric to create trim. But if you're doing this on tulle, you need to make sure that tulle sticks to the stabilizer. So either use 505 spray and get it to stick, or use sticky back. And you know, if you're using sticky back with tulle, that's a lot of goo, gummy stuff. And there's not a lot of density to the tulle. So you will gum up your needle a little bit. So be careful of that, or just use some 505 spray. And then it'll still wash away. All right, what else do we have? Mary, how do you determine what way to thread? You know, I keep just so much thread around here, just different weights. 99% of the time I'm grabbing my brother thread, which is the 60 weight. I have to double check if it's 60 or 40. I think it's 60 though. Anybody know? I don't think it says on here. But you know, when I did that whimsical design collection with Dime, I used their thread. I wonder if it's back there. I think it's in the other room. That was pretty thick. So I determine the weight of the thread compared to the design and compared to what I'm embroidering it on and what I want. So if I want it to stand out, for example, people who saw me last week know that I brought around my jean jacket, some of my jeans that I embroidered. That I used just regular sewing thread because I wanted it to look like sewing thread, to look kind of like top stitching thread. So that was just regular old Gutermann thread from my wall of sewing thread. Everyone's asking questions about embroidery. You guys are so helpful too. Oh, thanks, Mary. You are too. I know, don't you? I like that cord one. I think that'd be fun. Hey, Dee, welcome. Esther said on tulle shoes is 90 weight. Now, it also depends. Are you using it for sleeves or are you using it for a trim that you want to stand out? Totally up to you. You're welcome, Mary. Patty said she's using a 40 weight. Maybe it is 40 weight. Now that I said that. Now that I said 60 weight is probably 40 weight. And you know, I should know this by heart, but I think all the flying and traveling, I'm a little brain dead today. It does not say. Let me check one of my others. Hold on. I've got more over here. Oh, this is another thread that I was using that I really like from Wonderfill. It doesn't say the density, but it's rayon, and it's really pretty. I have a few spools of these. I was working on a project. Yeah. All right, so that's it. That's your tutorial for today. Now I got to go decide what on earth. Yeah, the bobbin Patty's correct. The bobbin is either 60 weight or 90 weight, and you have to look at your machine because some of the machines are different. I am using 60 weight bobbin thread. So 40 weight thread, 60 weight bobbin thread. Does that help? Okay, so just real quick, a reminder for you. Since I have been traveling so much, I've missed a lot of you, but a couple things. If you did purchase the Avenir, don't forget to register your machine on Brother's site. And if you did not get an email back with the free activation code for the masterclass, be sure to call them, because just give them your serial number and they will make sure you have that code. You get a whole year, and I added an extra 3 free months for you because I have a lot of fun things and I'm adding more. So I'm actually working on a very cool bag project today, and that will be the project for this week. Last week, if you went in there, I showed you how to use the stitch regulator foot, some embroidery, and we decorated our own fabric and made a very simple zippered bag. The bag we're making this week has a lot more to it. It's going to be awesome. Oh, you're welcome, Janet. So that's one thing. And then some of you asked about the embroidery designs for the Avenir. That's with your bundle. So you'll get a card, and on that card is a separate website and a separate activation code. They're not the same. I had some people sending me their embroidery activation code saying they couldn't get into class. Well, that's because it's not for class. So the activation code comes from Brother for your machine and from your dealer with a card in the bundle for the embroidery designs. And then quite a few of you purchased the Luminaire while I was traveling. I heard, because there's some great deals on trade-ins, by the way, if you did want to look at that. Brother's not offering that class for free any longer, but you can purchase it at a huge discount from your dealer. So make sure you check, because it shows you everything about the machine. Which ones are still free right now from Brother as of today? The Stellaire 2, I should say the Stellaire 2. When you register that machine, you'll have access to a master class, and the Airflow Serger. These are all in the USA right now. They are working diligently, though, to spread over the water. So you just got to stay tuned for that, and thank you for your patience. I'm just so glad that you want it. So that's wonderful. I know I've missed you guys. So what's the good and bad news? Next week is I will be at Lakeland. So we are going to be in Lakeland for the Sew Expo. I look forward to seeing you. I will probably drop a replay in here, but you never know. If I have time to embroider this top, I will record what I'm doing and play it next week. So it'll be a new show, and I'll be live with you from the sky. All right, everyone. So great to see you all. And I've missed you. Don't forget, if you want to pop into the Fashion Sewing Club, tomorrow is at 2 o'clock. We're making that super cute top I showed at the beginning. Don't forget about your free jogger pants. These are so soft. They're out of rayon. But don't forget about your free jogger pants. And tomorrow, I'm going to be sewing on my new top. Where is that thing? For those that came in late, come on over. I'll show you. We pattern hacked the ruche tee into this cute little thing. So you could have sleeves or no sleeves. It's totally up to you. Yeah. So I'm wishing you all a fabulous day. Good luck with your Lenten journey that starts today. And if you're going off of social media, I'll try to send a few more newsletters so you don't miss out on stuff. But if you're on YouTube, be sure to subscribe. We are getting really close to that 60,000 mark. We're going to have a big party for that. And if you're on Facebook, be sure to like and subscribe. So thanks, Mary Lou. It should be fun. It should be fun. And great to see you all. I've missed you so much. And great to see all of you newbies that I met that are joining us on the live show now. All right. Until next time, everyone, stay safe. This weather's a little crazy out there. It's raining here. And I will talk to you all soon. Bye.